The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The most dangerous podcast going today, New York's #1 hip-hop podcast, has reached episode 67.
Sure.
This is the Rap Roundtable. It's your boy Jarv here alongside Sister the Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Alongside Deanie the
May the
Balance.
force be with you.
Alongside the homie Mase.
Good gang.
The four of us are in the building. We heard your complaints. So a gentleman in the comments was like, yo, we like when it's all four of y'all. They don't like their little 2-man weaves or the 3-man weaves. And we appreciate y'all appreciating us in full Voltron form. But sometimes niggas got jobs and other things to take care of. So you're not always going to get the four of us. But it's always the Rap Roundtable.
We would appreciate them super chats.
You know what I mean? We getting
them
it.
Cash apps so that we don't have to be so distracted outside of the Rap Roundtable no
Help
more.
us get a deal so that we can get paid contractually to do this.
That can hold some.
Let's talk about it. You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Sure.
Real quick, we have a little announcement to make. Besides New York Bias 3 being on the way, we have a proposition for the chat. We're going to mention it again a little later in the episode because we know sometimes everyone doesn't populate the chat in the beginning of the episode. But for those who are already here, we know the early birds. Y'all pull up all the time. Shout out NTG. Shout out LP and a few up. Marco. Shout out y'all guys. Mad Max. Y'all be on deck when it's time. Adriel. You know what I mean? Few Curtis. Y'all be on deck at the top of the episode. You have an idea for the super chat. So like we've seen in the comments that people saying they want to take part in the conversation and they wish there was a way to like call in. So what we're gonna do with the super chat is for as big of a donation as you place, say now you place $1 on the super chat, you'll get 1 minute on a live stream with us via Zoom. What you'll do is if you're on Instagram, you'll send us your IG handle and we'll DM you the Zoom link for you to tap in. If you have an email that works better for you, one way or the other, you'll send a super chat with a contact for us to send you that link to join us. So if you give us $5 on the super chat or $4.99 will be fair. Right. 5 minutes. You send us $10, 10 minutes. You get the drift. It's $1 per minute.
Yes, sir.
However, whatever you send us is how long you will be on the Rap Roundtable because I understand that people have opinions.
Yes, sir.
They disagree with us and sometimes the typing it doesn't convey the message that they want to convey.
Right. Indeed.
So your super chat is kind of like a little call and flavor videos back in the day. You pay a little fee, you get on the air. The box.
Y'all want to squabble?
Y'all want to squabble? Throw the little super chat, and as much as you'll pay your way to the Rap Roundtable. $20, 20-minute segment. That's a long time to spar with us.
It's gonna cost you.
You're part of the show at that point if you do 20 minutes.
$1 a minute. They can get on the whole. They can get on the whole episode. $1 a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
So
imagine that.
That's what we're gonna do, starting with our next live Q&A, our every other Monday show. We go live with you guys. That's how we're gonna set it up. So let us know if you fucking with that. Of course, by way of thumbs up or thumbs down. Right. The beat you hear in the background is done by Sister the Rap Snob. You know what I mean? He makes beats.
Holla at me.
You already know. If you're a rapper, if you know a rapper who needs beats, tap in. I'm about to send out some beats out to some rappers low key. I'm not gonna even tell Sim when I do it. I'm just gonna send some rappers some beats and see who bites. You know what I mean?
I know this sounds like a fly lifestyle beat right here.
It's definitely a fly lifestyle. Yeah. You know, maybe B-Dot might like this beat.
You know what I mean?
So New York nigga made it too. Super fly lifestyle.
There you go, fly lifestyle. Deanie, put that on the shirt, bro. Word them up. Word them up. We doing that. We dragging it. Fly lifestyle all the way.
Crazy.
And you know, I don't think I used this drop the last episode. So as always,
we are tonight's entertainment.
Now, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you tap in.
All of that.
The first topic of the night, you know, Sincere the Rap Snob completely altered what we had planned.
Yes.
When they do this tweet in the group chat. Can you get that tweet ready, Sincere? Do you have it
through
there?
the alley. I'm on deck.
Prepared. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do it.
Right.
Of course. The grown-up. Was it Beats, Rhymes, and Lists?
Beats, Rhymes, and Lists. Shout out to him.
Shouts to them, man. They're doing a lot out here. Shout out to them.
They gave us a couple lists to review. Like, really we're going to have a relationship with those guys going forward.
Yeah,
Some of their lists, they're going to send it to us, so we're going to review it on our streams. Yes, sir. Can you tell me what that tweet says?
It was very simple. He sent out a tweet today. He said, what's the stronger 4-album run? Nas's King's Disease run, which includes Magic in there. So KD 1, 2, Magic, and KD 3. Or Jay-Z's first 4 albums, Reasonable Doubt in My Lifetime Volume 1, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, and Volume 3, Life and Times of Sean Carter.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Sincere, stand down.
So basically, Nas's last 4 albums versus Jay-Z's first 4 albums.
That's interesting.
Like damn near 30 years apart.
It's crazy, right?
That's wild.
27 years.
That's a crazy comparison, like right off rip, off the top.
You know what? I kind of know where you're going. The people have a certain expectation of us.
Right.
So you know what? Last episode we had Deanie lead off, and I kind of like the idea of Deanie setting the tone for us with these topics. So we're gonna go with the balance, because the balance we want to stand in the corner and hide from the ball. You shooting the ball tonight.
I'm waiting for my corner shot,
bro. You giving us 30.
ISO.
Talk to us. Which 4 album run is better?
Shout out to Beats, Rhymes, and Lists. But even comparing these two just feels wrong to me.
Oh boy, here
this
comes
feels,
the diplomat.
Nah, it's not diplomatic. It just feels wrong.
What's wrong with it?
The time I had to sit with those classic Hove joints.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, these Nas joints is classic-esque.
That's understandable.
But it's still really new. As much as I love these albums, as much as I love the chemistry between Hit Boy and Nas, I mean, not to side though, what if that was a reverse to Nas? What if that was Nas' first joints versus these last 4? That'd be a hard take no matter which way you go, my nigga.
Don't give me a straight answer anymore.
Nah, I think that would be easier.
I'm going with Hove.
Huh?
Wait, on this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you taking Hove's first 4?
Hove's first 4 over this.
Nas' last 4.
And that's not a disrespect to Nas. That's just, I mean, the Hove joints are the whole.
Wow, my fault, son. The dislikes are reigning
I'm
as
sure.
we speak.
Hi, my name is.
You gonna give him his Jay-Z card back?
No,
he's not.
He's never getting
not.
it back. Any particular reason why musically you're gonna go with the Hove 4?
Me personally, I just have there's so much I've been through with those albums. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable Doubt is my favorite Jay album. So these albums are not, they're amazing. I don't want to take away from the greatness of these albums, but they're not my favorite. If I had to name my 2 favorite, it wouldn't be these. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I feel like I gotta go with Hove, because Hove joints is pretty much the method of style. I know niggas don't fuck with the Volume 3 as much as they do with a lot of other shit, but that album still had joints on it, man. A lot of hard joints.
Got some joints.
Yo,
Yikes.
So Ghetto was on that, bro.
Yikes.
But yeah, I'm going with Hove.
You know what? We got to bring balance early to this episode. I was gonna save Sin, but Sin, you got to save us from the thumbs down, bro. 4 on 4. Who you got? And why?
I mean, I don't know. Am I gonna save us from the thumbs down right now?
Ooh, shit.
Plot twist.
Don't do it, Sin.
Could it be 2-0? 2-0 Hove right now? It might be. Because I mean, those first 4 Hove albums,
Holster your weapons, chat.
crazy. Nah, all right, let me get into it, man. So like Deanie said, this is a little tough for me in terms of like the time lapse between these 2 runs, right? I've had those Jay-Z albums in my rotation in my life for much longer. That holds weight. You know what I mean?
Means something.
But that KD series, just like straight through, not only is it so fire, but it kept getting better to me. Because some people, Jar will say KD 1 is better than KD 2.
Personally,
right? But to me, I think with each album it leveled up. Now let's look at the Hove run from Reasonable Doubt to Volume 3.
Here we go.
It was a decline.
Okay.
So,
Damn it.
Interesting.
I think I might have to give the point to Nas. Now, I'll be honest. Out of all of these, and I can't
Don't
see
do it,
this.
Sin.
No, I can't see this being controversial.
It's gonna be.
Somehow it's gonna be. I see it in my fucking third eye. But Reasonable Doubt is the best one out of all of them. It trumps everything. Does it not?
Talk about it.
Does it not?
Pretty easily.
Does it not?
Does it not? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let us know.
Some people said Magic was Illmatic 2.0.
That's
A lot of niggas in the
a
chat.
lot of hyperbole.
Said that.
Great album, but come on, y'all. Come on.
But look, if this was like a 3 album run, it'd be a lot. I would probably give it to Hove.
Okay.
But it's a 4 album run, and that Volume 3, it had some joints.
Right.
That shit was weak, bro.
It was.
It was weak.
It was.
So it's got to go to Nas.
Understood.
Mase.
I'll be honest, y'all. Like, much respect to Nas, man. Like, you know, this run, you know, understand when we comparing greatness to each other. This run, unprecedented. You know what I mean? And in a lot of people's eyes, you know, vaulted Nas higher within the rankings, which this far in his career is kind of crazy to even say. But only a shameless Nas stan would take Nas in this. I'm sorry, guys. Let's be honest here, man. Like,
come on,
honestly, Sin already laid it out. Reasonable Doubt is by far the best album in this joint.
That's
like
crazy.
Like, of course, like if you want to do, the 4-year average, maybe Nas kind of takes it. But let's be honest, like when we go to Volume 1, the $1,000,001 Questions, Streets is Watching. These are better songs than any of those 4 Nas albums, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. So Ghetto is as good as any song. Like, and honestly, I feel like you saw the two Nas fans copping pleas at the beginning, talking about, it's not enough time. I bet you know it's better than MC Hammer's album, right? Like, what do you mean? If it's enough time,
what's talking right now?
Let's be honest here, man. Like, it's not even a question here, guys.
That's the weight of the era and the weight of the time that we've had with these songs. That's what's talking right now.
Mase. Long time, brother.
See how they be moving the goalposts? It don't age well, but then it ages well, and the weight and the time.
I never said it didn't age well. I never said it
This
didn't
is not even a question, bro.
Fuck out of here, son.
Joe, what you got for me, man?
You know what I mean? This is a tough one. You know, KD 1, 2, and 3 plus Magic against Reasonable Volume 1, 2, and 3. Sin made a really strong point about the decline, right? I don't know if the KD series, for me, ascended. I felt like it was boom, a little bit of drop off of KD 2, Magic, KD 3. That's how I look at it. And again,
it still went up though.
Yeah, but he went down first. That's for me.
It went up.
KD 2 was a drop.
Overall.
You got the talk, Sincere. Give me the ball.
Overall.
I'm over here. I'm calling an ISO. KD 2 was a bit of a drop off for me. KD 3 was an elevation. Magic elevation. That's my take. Again, for you thirsty people, imagine getting mad because I gave one a 4.2 and the other one a 4. Oh my God, it's a drop off. The fuck? You know what I mean? Out of 5.
What happened to those 0.2?
You know what I mean?
Liam May is talking crazy right
now. Because it's like, because the thing is, I got to do shit like that because they don't listen. They react, but they don't.
Matter of fact, what happened to that 0.8?
Fuck, no. Nah, 0.8. It's not a 5. It's not a 5. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's tough. I really don't know, guys. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about it. Reasonable is the best album of the bunch. Again, if you got a problem with that, and we know y'all history, y'all, as much as y'all get on us for being Hovengers and biased, y'all are our opposite. There's an understanding of bias between the chat and the Rap Roundtable.
Right, indeed.
Y'all got all the Nas spades. We got all the Hov spades. Allegedly. If you actually listen to the show, it's really not that.
Right. It's not.
You know what I mean? So, Volume 1, I put Volume 1 over a lot of the Hit Boy era. I think Volume 1 isn't better than KD 3. Volume 1 might be better than Magic, but Volume 1 is better than KD 1 and 2. For me, right. Where it gets blurry is Volume 2. Shout out to Ease. Ease pointed it out that there were a lot of features on Volume 2. There was a lot of bloat, but Volume 2 is the reason why there isn't such thing as a Hovenger. It is what it is. Debate your fucking pet squirrel. I don't care. Without Volume 2, there is no, this conversation does not happen. He goes away, he vanishes, DMX blows up, somebody else blows up, maybe Mason Diddy don't fall out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things go differently if Volume 2 doesn't happen.
98?
Yeah.
We got a movie and a tour for
right. Speaking of movies, we'll get into that in a second.
Mase had just come out.
There you go.
Yeah, Pun.
Volume 3 is the clear weak.
Yeah.
That is the weakest album out of the 8.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know, when I think about all of these things put it together, I'm not fucking thinking. It's a push. It's even for me. I'm not doing it. I'm not faking.
No way.
No
We're
way.
not having that. We didn't put ourselves in the fucking crosshairs.
Don't sip that drink slow, nigga.
For you to fucking cop out like that.
Not picking.
Jav, they are still slandering me in the comments right now,
Cooking.
bro.
Cooking.
Not picking. It's even. It's a tie.
It's not a tie, bro.
It's a draw.
Yeah, you gave that series some high ranks too.
Bro, if you give it a tie, then that means Hov wins. See, that's the
Hov wins then.
That's the
guess.
mastermind.
Then Hov
That's
wins.
not this whole
I
thing.
guess.
The whole wins. It's not a
Fuck
tie.
outta here,
It's a
bro.
tie.
It's a
What
tie.
do you mean?
It's not a tie.
It's not a tie. No way.
It's two Escos.
Walter, what do you think?
No. It's two for Jay.
Two J.
two
Two for
got
Nas, and then he says it's a tie.
Right.
So by the
So either way,
Yeah.
we win. We win.
Come on, Walter.
Walter's
You're not
about to-
part of the show, technically, so you're safe.
Okay.
First two holes was so immense, man.
So
come
for
on.
because he's not Mike. So what he said was
Those
the
are the two best
No,
albums in the
we can
set.
hear him. Don't worry.
Volume 2 and Volume 3 strayed so far from what he was
He
supposed to
said
do,
off a
so
cliff.
it dipped. But the first two holes were so strong.
So now
but
you-
Nas was even.
So with 5
Sense.
people in the room, I got a tie.
Yeah.
I'm not picking. Two Nas,
Two Nas,
two Hov.
two Hov.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
Wow.
How you feel about
It's
that?
a tie,
huh?
guys.
It's
What
a
can
tie.
we do?
It's a tie-dye.
Ah, you thought you had me, huh? You
That's
know?
a swerve right there. That's like when the this is the disqualification.
That was
just
word.
now,
That
right?
was a
that
pop
dope
smoke
laugh.
count out.
Swerve. if we actually had sound in that scene where Joker was sticking his head out the door,
Yep.
out the window of the car, that would be the laugh.
That's Jav right now,
Hell
bro.
yeah, it's a tie.
Agent of chaos.
Fuck
all right?
out of here. They was ready. I got this
Anarchy.
nigga.
Anarchy.
What's his name?
That
Oh,
there.
against Hitler. Yo, in there,
brother.
I'm
Daddy.
on
You
your
thought.
head, boy.
I'm
Nasty.
sorry. You know, I promise. In my mind, I told myself I wouldn't talk about it, but fuck him.
Fuck that.
You know what I
Fuck
mean? Anyway,
Change your name when
He's
you're
a Koopy.
socials, boy.
so let me go pull up the photo because shout out to the homie Adriel. He had a super chat
Sir.
that we
Shout out to Adriel,
promised
that's
him
the
we would
homie.
get to once we got here for 67. Huh?
Alright.
So I'm pulling it up right now because it was a dope ass question. You know, I take a lot of pictures. Bear with me, guys. Listen to his beat as I get that photo ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Of course, I can't find it when I need to find it. I'm so unprepared. All right, so
I could cut this out.
nah, it's fine. Leave it in there. Let them talk bad about me. That's the best part of the show.
Nah, vibe to the beat though.
There we go.
I
So
If you want to copy, let me know.
Adriel says on the topic of Nas and Jay, see how he's part of the show? As New Yorkers, can y'all real quick talk about the impact of cult classics Belly, Streets is Watching movies on the superstardom of Nas, DMX, and Jay in 1998? So I feel like we have loosely touched on this a couple of times as far, especially Belly, how impactful that was for my youth and rap as a whole. Hype Williams doing the movie, the opening scene, the soundtrack, who these guys were at the time of the movie. But I feel like the person who was the closest to outside or might have been outside already was Sincere in 98. So take us inside the importance of Belly to their careers and the culture.
I remember being so excited to go see Belly in the theater, like opening night, man. Here's the thing, because I have like mixed feelings about Belly because it was so
Okay,
No.
Scorsese, I'm
no,
sorry.
listen, it was so important to the culture, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Important enough to know that, like, going in, I was like, this is probably not gonna be like, you know, one of my highest rated movies, but I know I gotta be there to experience it on the big screen because Hype Williams and Nas and DMX and also Method Man being in there.
Shout out to the man.
Just fucking classic shit. You know what I mean? To me, what was most important is, you know, seeing these guys that we knew for our New York sound and culture, you know, spreading their wings and thriving and like having new directions in their career, blasting off. DMX, because he was he had more gravitas naturally than Nas, right? And so please don't slander me because that's fucking
It's a fact.
clear.
Yeah.
Nas
and
has
so
the most gravitas.
Maybe you mean charisma.
And so
gravitas is a different one.
yeah, okay. So but you know his career, he had a more a better career in the movies. Nas, on the other hand, you know what I mean? Like, he did that one. It was a one and done. You know, we could kind of see why. Wasn't the best actor. But still in all, like, even though, like, I don't hold it, film-wise, I don't hold it to that esteem of, like, a Goodfellas or, like, a fucking Casino or something like that. Just seeing our legends up on the silver screen, and to this day, like, if you throw that on, like, it's just it's culture. It's so important to the culture. And not only that, the fucking soundtrack. Belly soundtrack easily top 3 soundtracks of all time. Because you got like Poetic Justice, you got fucking Juice, you got some other ones, but like Belly, that Belly soundtrack, so major, man. Yeah, man. Shouts to them, even if they wasn't like the best actors. Just having them up on the silver screen and seeing that representation for hip hop, super major. I love it.
Go ahead, Diddy.
First, I want to give a shout out to the homie, man. R.I.P. to the homie Teddy Bruckshot, man. R.I.P. to Lennox, man.
Word.
That movie, you know, what was I? I probably was like 14 when this shit dropped. But there was just so many things about that movie. First of all, I felt like even though they were acting, they were essentially playing themselves. Nas strikes me as calm as he was when he played Sincere.
Right.
X strikes me as he's as wild as he was when he was Bundy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meth strikes me as the what up Playboy type nigga he was in this shit. It just the energy from the snitch nigga, like with the banana paws, like it just the whole movie, bro. Shout out to Terrell Hicks too. Oh, I still don't know Kiana. But
shout out to Vita in that movie.
Yeah, she did right. It's a cult classic, man. Like Sin said, you wouldn't put it up there. It's not gonna win an Oscar, but it's definitely a part of the soundtrack to our lives, man. Great soundtrack, like you said, and just a lot of great scenes. Shout out to T-Boz. Just a great movie. DMX was a pastor damn near at the end and shit.
Word.
He's a nigga with the dreads killing niggas. I mean, it had a lot of elements to it, man. Like watching him go in the yard to Jamaica to get to work. There was a lot of elements. He had to take out what's my son name with the feathers? You know what I'm talking about. He had to knock off dude with the feathers in order to proceed. But yeah, classic movie, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Super classic movie.
Super.
Like, let's not even like downplay it. Belly is like, you know, in the Sim mentioned it, we got Juice. You know what I mean? I believe Paid in Full.
Yeah.
And Belly is like that trinity of like hood movies that we came up, you know, we could watch this joint. Friday is probably in there too. We just watch with our boys.
Facts.
You know, I wasn't like movie age to be able to watch it, but Belly, like when we came up, just like y'all mentioned, this like when you talking about hip hop, like cultural, you know, shit, like just like you said, the opening scene. Homie with the banana snitcher, you know what I mean? I met the man in the yellow leather suit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, dark skinned Keisha. Like, there's so much classic shit in this movie that, like, just culturally, the fake Farrakhan at the end, that culturally just stuck with us. You know what I mean? Like the just like I said, the scene where he killed him, but also like the Jamaica scene when they pull up. And the kids is tapping on the door. Like, this is really shit. I don't know if y'all can tell. This is really one of my favorite movies ever. You know what I mean? Like when Sincere gave Tommy Buns the white Benz. Like, come on, bro. Like, we fucking love this movie in hip hop. So Adriel, shouts for bringing up Belly, because that's really, you know what I mean? Regardless of the you know, theatric value, this is one of my favorite movies ever. Anytime it's on, you know, whether it's BET, Cinemax, whatever, I'm watching Belly, bro. Like, I love this shit.
And it had a deep moment when he sat Shorty on the bench when he had the white Averex
classic
on.
Scene.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell little homie right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of elements.
So, two things I want to add. One, of course, shouts to Nas's character Sincere, where I got my namesake from. I just switched the letter, transposed to CNS. You know what I mean? And shouts to that scene that Deanie just mentioned, which very much was probably inspired by the song One Love, the third verse, where he was like, you know, Shorty, you know, rolling ooh-ops and whatever. I have a question for Mase though. How old were you when Belly dropped?
I was 8 years old when it dropped. You know what I mean? All I remember is as a kid, the posters, not realizing that DMX's real name was Earl Simmons because of the posters that said Earl DMX Simmons. I said, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. For me, I look at it more like along the lines of the conversations that was being had around the movie. You know, like going to school, DMX is being played. You got the new DMX fans. We all watch BET. We finally got cable and shit. And there was like a whole behind the scenes. I think I don't know what it was called, but BET was basically documenting the making of Belly. And that was such a big deal. You put on the radio, they're talking about this movie. Like, you wouldn't have thought that this movie didn't get like tons of Oscars. It got hood Oscars. You know what I mean?
Sure,
because in the hood, that was the thing that was discussed for at least around my age demographic. We were excited to see this whirlwind called DMX and Nas do this movie. And then my mom wouldn't let me go see that. I'm 14. She not hearing that. You know what I mean? But I had that good old illegal cable.
Yes, sir.
Right? And back in the day, I don't know what it's like now. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think that existed.
But back in the day, when you had
Stick.
the illegal cable, you had the pay-per-view channel with all the movies was coming on. All you perverts relax. And then you had the other pay-per-view channel where they would play one movie all day.
Right.
That's my experience with Belly. So when I watched this movie, it was like this, yo, bro, like this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. I didn't give a fuck. Simi talking about the acting and shit. We don't give a fuck, Zin. We don't
really
care.
Zin, honestly.
All you niggas, y'all niggas over here not saying shit. I'm gonna say that shit. We don't give a fuck about the quality of the movie.
Okay, but can I just make my point? Because that's why I asked Mase how old was he? Like he was 8, you was 14. I was already in college, so I was already like developing like
you never seen the hood movie?
A more elevated you know, palette for
snobbed
I understand that.
film. You know what I mean?
So music video
if
director,
I had first seen it at like
rappers.
8, it would have probably I would have probably been like right there with Mase.
Bro,
like,
I am in my late 30s and I still don't give a fuck about how bad that movie is. It's amazing.
I have to watch it once a year. I have to.
When Belly comes on, especially on them random ass Sundays when it does come on, I'm watching that shit.
Yo, come on.
The scene with Ox when Shorty jumped from the fucking balcony and kill him.
You
You know what I'm saying?
know what?
You on around with me,
bro?
Come on.
The story beats and the story pacing is piss poor, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's horrible, of course.
But amazing
DMX's story arc makes no fucking sense, right?
Amazing.
He literally kills guys in a restaurant.
But you know what? You're almost not quite, but you're almost as much of a film snob as I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
but
for you,
that movie gets graded on an infinite curve. It's an A. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the nostalgia, the feels. The people talking about it, it was the thing. You dig?
Yeah, man.
And again, when you niggas say Nas was some underground hero, Nas was a megastar. Nas and DMX
opposite of
in a
the
movie.
98, nigga
What
dropped
the fuck?
a classic album in 92.
Yo, the opening scene alone.
Bro, it could have stopped right
like
there.
The most legendary shit.
The movie could have ended with the opening scene. And we would have been good.
We would have been good.
Right?
I have the song in my Apple Music downloaded. Like
DMX, I ain't gonna front. DMX was so believable. He was a wild card, dangerous. All of his scenes, that nigga gave you the impression that he was dangerous.
When he stripped homie for plotting on Nas.
That's why they called him the you know, the New York Tupac, because you know what I mean, like it was that said like the not just the music but the movies,
Right?
You know what I mean, and that loose cannon type of
that
vibe,
shit
you know what I mean?
count the fucking money,
Yo, count the money, man. The lifestyle scenes where he was like talking to Ox, like, yo, what's up, man? You scared of something? You know, bring the blood clot scared business to get money.
Yo, Belly was so New York with the sprinkling of the little dance hall culture.
Yeah,
it was the boom.
Shit.
Here comes the boom.
Just enough to let you know that was around. It was on the periphery of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The shit, perfect.
And
A+.
Nas, DMX, Method Man, Vita, Terrell Hicks,
bro.
And the baddest dark-skinned girl of all time.
Of all time.
Yo, Keisha in 98, she's still a template for a lot of niggas.
Day.
Let's call it what it is.
To this day.
Now, as for the streets is watching. The streets is watching. Jay-Z fan here, I'll call it what it is. It didn't have the same impact of a Belly. It's not even in the same orbit.
Not at all.
Not on cable. You can't find it unless you have it personally.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
You gotta have that VHS.
Fact.
Nah, they had the
Back in
DVD.
the day.
They had the DVD.
Shit, barely. You know what I mean?
10 year anniversary.
You have to make that
find
DVD
joint
yourself.
on
you know what I mean?
eBay, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. You got to fucking download or
Yikes.
find the pirated file and make it yourself, bro.
All I remember was the Wallabies. That's it from Streets is Watching, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
No, what I remember is the scene that started off at nighttime and finished in the daytime. Like it just like within like 2 minutes of like the conversation happened and it started off pitch black,
combo,
dark,
man.
and then all of a sudden 2 minutes later it's daytime outside. Like nobody cared about the continuity there.
Yo.
Like,
Wasn't necessary.
I've
Didn't give a
you know
fuck.
what?
I've never been to a nigga crib and they had Streets is Watching, bro. I'm gonna give it a stack, bro.
Never got no buns since we
Hell
watched
no.
either. I got
Hell
some buns
no.
to belly, bro.
Hell
Buns to belly.
Hell no. Because
Shouts to you. You was a day one watcher too.
Shout out to Monday.
You know what I mean? So boom. The thing that I think Streets is Watching does is, to me, that's as much as people love to lie on the internet and in the chat and in the comments to say Jay-Z just showed up after Biggie Smalls died. Everybody forgets how important the Streets is Watching was as a runway.
Musically.
Volume 2.
Musically.
Yeah, fuck the movie.
Yeah.
Musically. And the aesthetic. Bulletproof Vest Hope. We always talk about that guy.
Jesse Armstead jersey
Come
hold.
on. That was the runway to volume 2 as far as the aesthetic shifting, his subject matter shifting a little bit, him, you know, confidently saying he was that nigga. He would loosely say he was that nigga in passing, but he was really believing that shit around the time of Streets is Watching. It kind of started with volume 1, to be fair, but by Streets is Watching,
And again,
You know what I
that soundtrack.
He was in Marcy in the
fuck the
video.
movie. The soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Soundtrack was crazy.
Murdergram and It's Murder.
First up, the Who's the
No,
Best
wait, one of
MCs,
them
Biggie,
was on
Jay-Z
there.
and Nas,
I think,
boy.
Murder, I think it was Murdergram. I think It's Murder ended up somewhere else.
So when I look at that movie, the movie's terrible. Like, it doesn't even, sorry, Tim. It doesn't need to be discussed. There's no lore around it.
man.
Honestly, if I want a really bad rap movie to watch, it's Killer Season. I love me some Killer
Facts.
Season. If you haven't seen Killer Season and you want to laugh, watch that movie. It's fucking
Right
funny.
now, right now. And come back when you get to Cam's math about going to college
Now,
and why you should come back.
Come
when
back
you hear
after the scene with the little girl.
that. Nah, please don't.
Never,
You might be scarred for
I've
life.
No way.
I've never seen Killer Season, but
You never saw Killer
Nah,
Season?
I've never seen it.
We need
But-
to do a live watch with Sin, bro.
Yo,
But-
you think Belly's bad?
But chat,
Cam was wilding.
drop your favorite hood movie, whether
Facts.
whether it's Friday or Juice or Boys in the Hood or even like cult classics like Streets is Watching or Killer Season apparently. Drop
Paid
your
in
favorite
full.
hood movies in the chat or in the comments whenever you're
Stay
watching.
Prop was
And
tough.
HBO,
They
right.
probably
I was gonna
is
say
a good honorable mention.
Jay-Z's
What
part
hand
in
you
State
roll up
Prop.
with?
Jay-Z's
You know-
role in State Prop is more memorable than anything he did in Street Watching.
How my feeling?
How my
I need to shape up.
Untouchable J. Untouchable J,
You
bro.
know,
Like you said, after Streets is Watching, I'm not acting no more.
You know what movie I really respect because I thought going in, I thought it was gonna be one of those cult classics.
What's that?
Paid in Full ended up being like a bona
Hell
fide
yeah, bro.
good fucking
That's
movie.
cinema.
That's
What's
that's
poppin',
cinema. That's
Kirby?
there was some continuity issues, but like
Well, you
Yes.
had real actors in that.
Shouts
Yeah,
to
yeah,
You only
yeah.
had one
Well,
round.
that's true.
That was a
Cam
great
wasn't an
movie.
actor. But Cam
but
did
he played the shit out of that.
Hell
movie.
yeah.
And they didn't have to make a story. It was a real story. That's another thing.
Asking Cam to be a Harlem nigga, it ain't hard.
The scene when he dragged money out the auto, that's a real scene, bro. That
Bro,
all really
yeah,
happened.
that really- yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
Will Harris.
Niggas get shot every day, B.
Makai
10
Bro.
days.
Classic.
You be all right?
Yo,
Classic.
Wood
Tough,
Harris,
right?
yo, can we, get
Give him his flowers.
Wood Harris deserves all the flowers in the world, bro.
Facts.
All the roles he played, all the hood roles,
Shit.
fucking above the rim.
Creed
fucking-
3, he acted his ass off just recently.
He's a
Yo, I
Barksdale,
still
bro.
haven't seen it.
He's
Hey,
a Barksdale,
Hey,
man.
Von
Yeah,
Barksdale.
man. The Wire, like
Why is the greatest show in the history of
What I like
television?
about him is
won't
that
be
he
debated.
plays the same nigga in everything. And it
everything-
works.
It always hits.
Nigga said
bro.
we gonna have matching Benzes in 10 years. Nigga said 10 days. 10 days.
And then,
Every
and then
time,
what's
bro.
his brother's name? That was
Nigga
in the
said I'm
practice.
breathing different.
And, you know,
Body different. I'm breathing different, baby.
That
shit was tough, bro.
Yo,
I might watch that
Wood
tonight on
Harris,
some G
man,
shit.
A fucking
Yo.
national treasure.
Listen.
And then what's funny is I see him in interviews, and this motherfucker got the thickest fucking glass frame, the fucking
He
like,
already lived it,
fedora
bro.
hat.
He
Like
lived it, man.
his image outside of the movies is way different than what I thought it was gonna be.
Nah, but he played a consummate hood nigga to
Consummate.
perfection. and you could drop him in a serious movie, a hood movie. He's that guy, and it works.
man.
Wearing that small
He
ass
could be
vest
funny,
in the dry
like-
cleaners.
So, beats, rhymes, and lists yet again contributes to the rundown at the rap round.
Yes, sir. Shout out to y'all.
We
man.
rock with y'all.
You know what I mean?
Hope y'all
So
know.
he put up a post about some of the more disappointing albums. He made a whole list. I'm not gonna ask my guys to make a list. We don't got time for a list tonight. Nah, I got my pick. I already know what I'm gonna pick. I just want one album that disappointed. Not that it was whack, but you had like an expectation of it, and it wasn't what you hoped it would be.
Okay.
So he made a list. I'm gonna give you what he put on his list, just to give you an idea where he's coming from. He had 50 Cent, Curtis, Kanye West, Jesus is King, Drake, Views. I'm sorry, Views wasn't what it was supposed to be. We waited for Views for years, mind you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Jay-Z, Kingdom Come, yeah. You could have kept that home, no disrespect. Eminem, Revival, Snoop Dogg, The Dogfather, Chance, Big Day, Slaughterhouse, Welcome to Our House. Yeah, Slaughterhouse was supposed to be Griselda before.
Yeah.
Nas, Nasir, The Firm, the album. Inspector Deck.
That's dirty.
That's shaky.
That's
dirty.
But disappointed.
It wasn't
Right,
what we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
shout out to them.
Yeah.
Inspector Deck, Uncontrolled Substance. Migos, Culture 2. I agree with that. Common, Universal Mind Control.
Okay, he took one of my
Papoose,
picks.
That was
The
garbage.
Nasarima Dream. I was done with this album when he was on the radio and said the name of the album was the Nasarima.
Nasser.
He says the Nasarima Dream is because it's America backwards. And I'm like, Pap, you lost me. You lost me, Pap.
Only certain people could pull
I
that
was
off.
sold on
Y'all
Pat
know,
for like
y'all
for
know,
a minute.
6 months.
y'all know
Drama
True
King-
Boy's
Drama
name,
King
right?
made us believe it.
You know what
Yeah.
True Boy's name is?
What is this name?
It's yogurt backwards because he loves yogurt. So that's how he got
True
his
Boy.
name, True Boy.
All right,
Well, see, he can do that.
You can do that.
Shout out to
I'll
Dave.
never forget. Listen, because I think he was on Angie. Because remember, he had the joint with Akon. I'm a ghetto soldier. He was really moving out here. I watched his whole evolution from rest in peace DJ K-Slay telling him, yo, Pap, you got to rap on beat. All the way to getting a deal and being on Daytime Hot 97. For you to come on and name the album Nasarima Dream and be dead ass. It fucked
The
me up.
Nasarima Dream came out like 10 years after it was supposed to come out. He got dropped from Capitol, bro.
Because when they heard the name, they said no.
Oh,
The
Papoose.
Nasarima Dream.
Gotta continue. Cannabis,
Thank God
Can
for
I
that.
Bust?
Yeah. that's
Disappointing.
Pause. Raekwon, Immobiliarity.
That's another one of my
that belong-
God
that-
damn, all right.
That's what I was talking about. that day.
Eminem,
That's
Encore.
garbage album.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep, Infamy, Method Man,
Yeah.
To Cal Zero, the prequel.
Yeah.
Nas, Nostradamus.
Obviously.
Okay.
Lil Wayne, Rebirth. Clips Till the Casket Drops.
Bugging.
Big Daddy Kane, Prince of Darkness. Dr. Dre, The Aftermath. Lupe Fiasco, Laser, Sorry Demon. Damn it. So, Mase, I'm coming to you first.
You're like the only person I know that likes this.
He
I love
loves
Lupe.
Lupe.
So
Yeah.
Which album do you have that's your biggest disappointment? Or
I'm not
both
gonna lie.
disappointing.
Our guy Beats Rhymes and Listen Rhymes. He kind of threw a couple of the joints that I was gonna throw on there, just like Job said, Views. You know, I'm when I say disappointment, you have to already be a fan of the person, and they have to have displayed greatness before.
and you're kind of expecting greatness. Upcoming.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So you know, like that Views is up there, that Encore is up there. He mentioned Rebirth. Rebirth, we knew it was gonna be whack. It was a rock album. It's the
did.
Carter 5 is
We
really
did.
the disappointment coming off of, you know, the jail stint, No Ceilings. But I'm gonna be honest, the most disappointing album ever for me
Don't take my pick, Mason.
is when Dr. Dre dropped Compton, bro. We literally waited for Detox for 20 fucking years.
It's a good pick.
He told us for years Detox was coming. There was a 03 era Detox was coming when 50 Cent came out. And then when he signed Game and was rocking with Stat Quo and them niggas, Detox was supposed to come out. And then in 09, he started having T.I. and Nas songs. Detox was supposed to come out. This shit never dropped. And then he came with this Compton whack bullshit. I don't even remember no songs off there. All I know is that Anderson .Paak was able to use it to elevate to the next level, which is a good thing. But to me, that, like, Detox was literally the most, like, waited on album in history. And then he, like, slid in a garbage soundtrack album. Like, come on, Dre.
for Straight Outta Compton, right? That's
Yeah, man, terrible.
Energy.
Garbage.
I had to put that two and two together again because I forgot all about that Compton
Man.
album. I forgot it existed.
That's
bro.
how horrible
Same.
it was, man.
Same. Sin, what's your pick, bro? I know you lost a couple of years.
I lost the mobilarity. It was in there. Common.
Shout out to the
Universal Mind
Godfather
Control.
3.
But honestly, like, can I just talk about Common Universal Mind Control? Because this is coming off of B, and
classic.
Finding Forever, which like paired him with Kanye, and always some Dilla beats sprinkled in there. Before that, it's an album that I really, really like, dare I say love, but everybody pans, Electric Circus. Before that, it was Like Water for Chocolate. Before that, it was, One Day It'll All Make Sense. Like, he was on such a run. And then Universal Mind Control, I'm like, bro, like, you really lost me. Like, I was rocking with you even with Electric Circus, bro. Like, that Universal Mind Control was doo.
Damn.
Immobilarity was in it. No. I also want to mention, and it pains me, but Most Def, The New Danger, coming after Black on Both Sides, which to me is an absolutely perfect album, classic, 5 mics, masterpiece. But The New Danger just ended up feeling like a mishmash of like different like demo cuts, and it almost felt like a mixtape. It was weird. But my pick is a Jay-Z album.
Ooh,
but not the one that our boy mentioned
Kingdom
on
Come?
the list. Not Kingdom Come.
you got
Get rid of this guy.
The Blueprint 2
Okay.
is
interesting.
my pick for most disappointing album. 'Cause
Really?
coming after the Blueprint and having the
Right,
same
the
namesake,
very next year.
and it's supposed to be like a sequel to that classic material of the Blueprint.
Wait, disregard the curse though.
Dini, let that man cook, bro.
It does, like,
Goddamn.
it's a no for me.
That's
Blueprint
an
2.
interesting pick. That's an interesting
Blueprint 2, most disappointing after.
What's
I'm
the-
shocked. Coming after the Blueprint. Let's be
Coming
clear.
As a
after the
body
Blueprint.
of work, he's saying it's disappointing.
I'll probably
One
go.
hit-
I'll
one-
probably-
after the
One out of 2 discs doesn't make it not disappointing, Dini. I don't understand.
second disc was amazing.
It has some
Damn.
joints, right?
Nah, the whole shit was fire. The whole second disc was fire, nigga. Fuck you, said. But the whole second disc was fire. The curse was amazing.
Dini walked
But,
right into
it was
that.
I probably go with Nas Nostradamus.
Okay.
I expected a lot coming from my end. You know what I'm saying? Shit was on every carpet. You know what I'm saying? Every African had it on the carpet. So I was expecting to do a little more in these streets. Don't get me wrong. It had some joints, but it was nothing like what I thought I was gonna get. You get what I'm saying? Like shout out. They had Family with Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
He had the shit with Nate Sean. Last Words. The shit with Come and Get Me.
Come and Get Me.
Project Windows, a lot of joints that was there, but as a body of work, it was disappointing. And if I wouldn't go there, I probably would go to whole Kingdom Come joint because that was a letdown.
All right, boys. I like the picks. You know, keeping the Hove and Nas legacy alive at the Rap Roundtable. I'm gonna go in a different direction. I feel like not so much Dini, but Mase and Sincere are not gonna be surprised by this pick. So I'm gonna take you back in time, right? This is, around 09-ish. There's a certain rapper starting a rebrand, right? He was hustling for a bit. And I wasn't really fucking with him.
Right.
Even though he got next to Hov, I was like, who the fuck you think he is? He's the boss. He's the boss. Fuck this guy. You're not the boss. Then things went a little left and he was a CEO and we celebrated. We were like, yeah, get this nigga the fuck out of here. Right? Then I was at the library one day. Mason and I were on World Star Hip Hop, one of the few times around that year that we actually worked together because they broke the team up. We was causing too much trouble at work. Man. Real shit. We was getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Legendary.
So it was a World Star video with Puff Daddy and Rose. If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about by now. And it was the White Sand video. Cut out everybody verse and it was just Rose with Diddy there. And I'm like, oh, new cadence, new flow, Diddy. I might be fucking with this. And then Teflon Don drops.
Right.
Woo, getting goosebumps as I say it.
Fire album.
I fucking love that album. That's one of my. Dini got that thing coming. That's on that list. I love that album.
Y'all played that album in the car the whole fucking year.
A lot of
bro.
hits.
It was in the car with y'all. Teflon Don was on, bro.
And Teflon Don was kind of like in that Kanye MCU shit where he was making his album and niggas was flying out. So like records like Live Fast or Die Young probably was supposed to be on Ye album. Ended up because you could the whole way the song was broken down. It's like 6 minutes long with the beat break in the middle and shit. that was straight off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The whole format was from that album. So I know it was meant for something else, but it ended up on Rose album.
Kanye was really Thanos. In that,
Yes.
so.
Kanye.
Yes.
Shout out to Lex Luthor.
And you saw that he was
Yes.
already getting a little taste of the Justice League East Coast kind of vibe with the first Mailbag music. But then we got Free Mase.
Got real cinematic.
Right? You got a SP feature. Nobody talks about SP was on one of his biggest records.
On the Lex Luthor joint, yeah, BMF.
You got the joint with fucking homie from Tony on there, right? Oh my God. And then after he drops that album, he comes with the Even Deeper mixtape. I leave the library. I'm at the airport blasting this through security every morning. I'm like, this mixtape is amazing.
With the Rich Forever? Which
Rich
one?
Forever.
Even Deeper. It was Rich Forever.
Rich Forever.
Even Deeper was my favorite song off of that. Then he says, my new album is coming out. God forgives and I don't. Sincere can tell you, Mase can tell you, I bought all the stock. Then he gets the Just Blaze song, drops it on Flex. Then he gets the Nicki feature, You're the Boss. I'm going insane. You couldn't tell me shit.
This guy called me when You the Boss. No, he called me when that shit dropped.
Bro, you could not tell me shit about Rose by 2012.
Huh?
Had the best ad lib in the world at that time, bro.
Thanks. Still rings off to this day.
Then the album drops. Yeah. It was not Teflon Don.
It wasn't.
I don't even know what it was supposed to be. Had maybe one of the best album titles ever.
Indeed.
And the album did not live up to expectations.
It did not.
To this day, I am still bitter about God Forgives and I Don't. And he's dropped fire since then. But that album made me really salty. I can't get over it.
Jaw, fantastic pick. I thought that shit was about to be life after death to run that fucking Ross on, bro.
Yo.
I was so pissed when
Yo.
God Forgives, I Don't drop the Just Blaze single, bro.
That they had to change so they couldn't get the sample.
Right.
Yeah. I remember, yo.
The MMG self-made albums, bro.
Can I tell you,
tough.
Jarv and I have gone back and forth about that Just Blaze single so many times because I remember when it was when it first leaked, it was so the beat was so fire. It was just vintage
Incredible.
Just Blaze. And then something happened with maybe the sample couldn't get cleared. They had to redo it, replay the sample, remix it somehow.
Not the same.
And then it just lost all of its soul, all of its like it just did not hit at all. To the point where they cut it from the album because it didn't make it, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. I'm sick. I'm thinking about it right now and I'm sick. Flex dropped that song at 7 p.m., bro.
Yeah.
And
Ross
ran it over and over and over. You know how Flex do.
Ross had an impeccable run, though.
That sample.
I love my bitches. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I put my newborn baby down to go listen in the bathroom.
And then you get the Nicki doing the R&B look, kind of, you're the boss. I'm like, yo, this nigga.
She was
He's
sounding
the
good
king.
on there, man.
I was, fuck Wayne, fuck T.I., get all them niggas out of here. He's running the South.
Different element.
Bro.
Ross, that was his chance.
Even the shit he did with Meek, because again, everybody love Meek verse.
So sophisticated?
No, I'm a boss.
Oh.
The flexing, the throne talk.
Yeah.
Meek had the energy, but Rose, if y'all go listen to I'm a Boss, Rose smoked that verse.
Yeah. Fuck a blog, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause one day we go on Meek.
I'm spaz on your ass like I'm on E.
There's some joints though.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pull a Dini. Three Kings.
It did.
Three Kings was fire.
Ross always have some joints, though.
Shouts to Three Stacks.
Dre.
16 was crazy.
Shout out to Three
Classic,
Stacks.
Diced Pineapples, obviously.
Fire.
It was fire.
It got joints.
It got joints.
But
Ross was
everything in
in a
between-
But it wasn't what it was supposed
And
to
that,
be.
and that
it was
Mailbag era.
good, but it
not
wasn't enough.
Yeah. And that
Shout out to
Mailbag era
Kiss.
was crazy because I remember the
It was
Mailbag
crazy.
album dropped and Omario had the clubs on lock. That Since You've Been Away, that joint used to shut the spot down every
Bro,
night.
I named my
MIA, right?
Yeah.
that MIA with Wale.
Yeah.
The team was crazy.
MMG had some joints.
It's
We shit
what
on Wale,
I'm
but
saying.
Wale had his moments.
We shit on Wale not because he's not good. It's because he's not what he was supposed to be.
And the music
Right.
sometimes is pretty dry.
Because he's a dickhead.
He's
Well, I don't know
fuck,
about that. I can't speak to
I'm
that.
sorry.
As an
Holla at me,
individual, I'm
Wale.
not sure, but sometimes his music,
So
some songs are dope.
let's switch gears. I'm sorry, guys. If you like God Forgives and I don't, it's not disappointing
I
to
was
you.
a
I
bitch
respect
ass.
it. But That was the album for me.
I remember that disappointment,
Bro,
so that's why
I
I
was
like,
geeked.
man, because
I
me
used
and
to be-
Jaw was like similarly bought in on the Ross hype
All the stock.
at that
All
point,
the
bro.
stock, bro.
Like I was leaving the Wayne train
My
to
nigga.
go to fucking
What?
Ross, bro.
I'm a
Like,
Wayne train.
I was out of there,
I'm
man.
gonna come clean. I had
YMC
just
and
got my new car. I'm gonna tell you, blasting Rose,
Maxine.
bro. Oh my
Big
god,
Maxine.
blasting. Mase is not lying, bro. You couldn't tell me shit about this nigga, bro.
He had it when he had it, man.
All right, so Hit Boy, you know he was on a podcast. I forget the name. No disrespect to you guys. Shout out to everybody who's doing anything over there. But during that interview, he was talking about his Griselda work alongside Benny the Butcher, and he was saying that he had, I think, sales-wise, the most successful Griselda release during that interview. Right.
Highest stream. I think.
Highest stream. Yeah, you know.
Same thing.
But what about critical acclaim? What about the Sonics? Does Hit Boy have the best Griselda release? Benny? Burden of Proof? Hold on, Sin. Dini? Don't look around, nigga.
No.
Get us down.
No.
Cold blooded.
You can say what we want about sales, but sonically, I don't really have Burden of Proof in my top 5 Griselda projects.
Wow.
Damn.
Top 5?
Not
Damn.
I don't.
Wait, hold
That's
on.
crazy.
Wow. Sonically,
Roll
like
out your
that's
top
crazy.
5.
My favorite project from the whole Griselda camp is probably Hitting with Hermes 8. That's probably my favorite
8?
project. 8. That's
Side
the one that
A or
had
B?
the shit that had Mariota and all that on it. I think that's side 8.
That might be side A.
Yeah, that to me that shit was pretty much flawless. I love everything about that album.
Over Pray for Paris?
Over Pray for Paris.
I have Pray for Paris.
Over Pray for Paris. I mean, the shit that Stove was doing had a couple Rome features. Draymond was on that. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
it's a lot of shit, bro.
Mariota's is Hall of Fame Griselda.
But that's not to take away from the dope shit that Hit Boy's doing with Benny.
right.
Because I'm sure they got more than the tuck, and that's coming. And I'm really looking forward to that. But critically acclaimed, yes. But best sounding, I'd say no.
Okay. All right, so
Sonically?
Sonically, no. To me.
Sonically speaking,
Are we
I'm not-
sonically?
I mean, I think
the whole body of work.
Because
Okay.
critically acclaimed
Just the
would
whole
be what
body
it
of
is.
work.
yeah.
How you feel
just
about it?
like streams and sales aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm as harsh on Burden of Proof as Dini is. I think I have it maybe. I definitely have it in the top 5. It might even sneak into my top 3. But Pray for Paris, West Side Gun. That should just like beginning to end.
I'm hearing it as you talk about.
That's what, like
Alma
just
Dino was a
an
problem,
impeccably formatted and put together album. But then there's this other Benny joint, The Plugs I Met. Plugs I Met, like if you you throw that shit on, you start it from the beginning.
Dope.
You're gonna play it all the way to the end, bro. Like, come on, like Crown for Kings with Black Thought, Sunday School with 38 Special, Jada Kiss. You know what I mean? Like that shit goes crazy, bro. So yeah, it might, it's up there. I'm not gonna put it up there as the best one, but it's up there. It's up there. Maybe top 5,
Okay.
top 3 maybe.
You really fuck with Burden of Proof, so I really want to hear what you want to say about this.
Let Mase come.
Oh, my fault.
You know, I don't know.
I fuck with the plugs I met, like Sin mentioned. Pray for Paris is also a favorite. Y'all mentioned that, but to me, honestly, and I love Burden of Proof. Let me not say that. Burden of
Oh,
Proof.
I'm
Good
sorry.
album.
I love Burden of
I'm
Proof.
sorry. And
Hold on, Sin. Don't say my
3.
answer. Sin, that's my answer. Why'd you have to? What the hell, Sin?
Sin, once you give the ball up,
I'm sorry.
don't go snatch the ball back.
I'm sorry. No.
Send me one of the cover
no,
all
you know what it is?
Yo, nigga, they gonna curse you out anyway. Don't worry
You
about
know,
them
no,
bases.
you know what it is?
He literally
I got
said
the-
one pick at the beginning, Sin.
the Migos
Migos
got
is
to
hitting.
me. I crossed shit up in my mind. The Plugs I Met is fire, but the one I was thinking of was Tanatone.
Well, yes,
Right.
that's the one I was gonna pick.
Proceed,
too.
Mase.
Proceed, word.
And I don't talk about Griselda so much, so we'll go to Jaw for this one.
My bad, Mase.
All right, so you know what all that said, I'm disagreeing with all you niggas.
Oh,
I got
shit.
Hit Boy, Burden of Proof. Because as of right now, that still gets major run on my
You
phone.
love that record.
I
I remember.
love that album.
I know.
To me, you know what? Put it this way. Why I love Burden of Proof so much is after Sin, opened the pearly gates and let me in to the realm that is Griselda, and I realized that this is what I've been missing the entire
Real
time.
raps.
What I thought Hit Boy did that I think outside of maybe Sin, no one else really talks about was Hit Boy basically was like a chef. He goes to a restaurant. All right, we make the Wagyu this way. He says, all right, I'm going to make it this way as well. But then I got this little spice right here, and I'm going to throw it in there. So it's still going to be your Wagyu, but it's going to be elevated. Because the samples, the sonics, it was still heavy Griselda. But he turned it up to a level that we were saying he was cosplaying as a Just Blaze. Because the soul was there, the tempo, the BPMs. Samples. Benny was it was like easy. Like if as a rapper, those beats were not difficult to write fire bars to. The features landed. To me, the best Griselda song of all time is on that right there. And what's the joint called with Benny, Conway, and West Side Gun? War Paint. To me, War Paint is Griselda, the OG3. I think I said it many episodes ago. Just the right amount of West Side, Benny barring it up, all-time great verse from Conway. You can't go wrong. Can't. And as much as the OG Griselda fans got mad at that album because it didn't sound like Derringer, the fact remains is I was trying not to do that, Dini. The fact remains is that Hit Boy understood what he needed to do, and he took what they already established and showed them what your sound could be if you elevate it and have a barred up nigga who's ascending on that project. So for me, that's the best Griselda project because since then, nothing else sounds like that. To me, the joint that he did with Harry Fraud, what was it? Plugs I Met Too?
Plugs I Met Too, yeah.
That doesn't sound like a Griselda project to me. That was a Harry Fraud project. To me, Westside hasn't really strayed away from the formula. To me, Benny's the only one who has strayed away, and I think he scored with Burden of Proof, and he kind of regressed with Plugs I Met Too. But if there's an album to bring it all to a close, it's Pray for Paris. That's the only other one I could say is in the conversation or better than. Because Pray for Paris it's almost like everybody's meter was turned up to 99.
That's the joint with George Bondo?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different. That's different.
You know what I mean? But within all of that, bars, hip hop, coke talk, fashion talk. There's not enough room for the girls. You want to kick back. You don't want to hear George Bondo, right? You don't want to hear, what is it? What's a good Griselda record that's really Spurs 3? Spurs 3. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find like the hardest song possible. You don't want to hear the new Rome with all those bars. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear the Conductor sample. She want to hear some Aubrey. Yeah. I'm wilding. She might want to hear some 21. Ironically, if she's about 21, she want to hear some drill. The young girls love drill. As much as y'all old cats think that the chicks don't love drill, the difference between our era and their era is the girls get sturdy. Yeah. I remember we went to Rome Street's birthday party a couple years ago, and they was playing the drill. And all the chicks was getting active, and I'm like, that's when I knew I was old. I said, I gotta get out of here.
Good point, y'all. The nerve of these niggas that used to dance with chicks in the club to protect your neck, not understanding that women like drill.
Yo! I think I was standing next to Sin, and I was telling him, like, yo, these bitches is really getting active to this fucking, you know what I mean? So, my question to the Rap Roundtable is,
you got jump.
How important are the women to hip-hop ingesting, hip-hop vibes, hip-hop kickbacks? Is scaring the hoes, quote unquote?
That's not our term.
That's not our term.
Scaring the hoes.
I've seen it on Twitter.
That's a popular term, guys.
I've seen it on Twitter.
Scare the hoes music.
Scaring the hoes a thing?
Shout out to Danny Brown. He has a project coming out called Scare the Hoes Music.
Get out of here.
Danny Brown's a wild cat.
It's him and somebody else.
Right there,
it's a collab with somebody else. I forget the other guy's name, but Danny Brown has a
shout out to him.
Project coming out. Shit. Am I going first?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Look, you brought Griselda.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I got a little story to tell. Picture 1995, right? Wu-Tang is in the midst of its iconic run. Raekwon had just dropped in July over the summer. Super classic, masterpiece of an album, right? Ice Cream is ringing off in on the radio waves. But he also, you know, he had like Incarcerated Scarfaces, you know what I mean? He had Criminology, all that shit, right? And then right after that in November, and this was me senior year in high school now. I'm 3 months into the senior year in high school. And Jeezy comes out with Liquid Swords, right? Now to me, and to me and my homies, right? And we chopping it up about rap and hip hop or whatever. We were debating, literally debating that, like, yeah, I might feel different today, but we were debating which one of these albums is legit better. The Raekwon album or the Jeezy album, right? And so to me, this Jeezy album is crazy, and it's all I'm listening to walking up and down the hallways. So I'm walking into this classroom, I got my headphones on, and I'm reciting Fourth Chamber. And I'm reciting Killer Priest. I'm reciting Killer Priest's verse where he's talking about I leave him split like ass cheeks and rag pussy lips, and I say that shit out loud, right? And this chick, I'm walking up to my desk. There's this girl right there. Her name was shouts to Felicia.
Wow,
I don't remember her last name, but shouts to Felicia. Bro. She was like standing right there at the desk next to me, and she heard me say I leave him split like ass cheeks and rag pussy lips, and she just looks at me like with this like shock and like almost disgust and like, bro, like what are you listening to? And I'm like, listening to Jeezy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the hottest rap album right now. Like, you don't know Jeezy? And she just fucking scoffed at me. I'm like,
scared her.
I scared her. I was scaring the hoes. Talking about leaving split like ass cheeks and rag. Like, chicks did not want to hear that shit. Nah. It was too hard for them.
Hell no.
And this was, you know, like in the midst of like, and shouts to the Wu-Tang show that is depicting this like with immaculate detail. This was in the midst of Biggie, you know, leading up from Ready to Die into One More Chance remix and the Bad Boy era, and he was on remixes with, you know, Total and Faith Evans, and then leading into the Junior Mafia album with Lil' Kim, and then eventually into Life After Death, which all had a lot of, you know, much more palatable radio-friendly music. You know what I mean? And the women were really gravitating to that shit, right? Now, my take on this is, and it might sound a little problematic, but bear with me, right? I think when the listening audience and when the industry and when hip hop in general started worrying too much about what women like and what their sensibilities are.
Shit.
Damn it.
Oh
man.
shit.
I think it was detrimental to the art form of rap and hip hop and
I'm
MC.
gonna hit the button. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with?
Look,
get rid of this guy.
Look, my point is this, right?
Oh, there's more.
Listen, look. Now, fast forward a little bit into like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, right? And like, I'm in the clubs, and obviously everybody want to have a good time in the clubs. They want to party.
The girls
want to dance. The girls definitely want to dance.
Ladies.
They want to shake their ass, and you know, so they want, you know, they have that sensibility, so that's what they want to do, right? And so obviously we're not gonna hear like Wu-Tang Protect Your Neck or you know, Capone and Noriega, TONY up in the club. It might spin like at the beginning of the night, but like when the night picks up, when it gets later in the hours, like you got to get that party up, right? But I think too many artists and you know what, the industry as a whole and all the DJs, everything, they started focusing too much on what is going to get the women onto the dance floors, right? And so that became so much of a focus that like people just didn't want to make any music that was not going to do that was not going to get women on the dance floors. And then obviously us as guys, like we want to not only see the women dancing, but we also want to partake.
I'm gonna jump in here because Sin is on the soapbox. I ain't
Hold on.
In fairness,
Fuck with me.
In fairness to the show, Sin, you've been dominating the segment. We gotta hear from somebody else.
All right.
We'll come back to you.
All
I
right.
promise we will.
All right.
Deanie, because you done lost your title. Sin
Yo,
got it.
I see it.
I just think it became too much of a focus.
I didn't
man.
think we were gonna get a rant. This is organic. I didn't know.
It became too much of a focus.
He has bullet points. Okay.
I always got bullet points.
A lot of them, guys.
Jesus Christ. Deanie, what do you have to say about the element of scaring the room?
I mean, it's vital, man. It's vital to get the ladies involved, man. And this is coming from me. You know what I'm saying? But from a financial aspect of hip hop, from a actual sonic aspect, I mean, the game usually gets a little nice when the ladies get involved. Let's be honest.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Did they alter the way things are done to appease the ladies? Probably. But you get the ladies in the spot, you get the men in the spot. You get what I'm saying? Why do you think it's called ladies' night? Because ladies will be there, dudes will pull up. You get? I don't think it worked too much the other way around. So it kind of had to be that way in order for the shit to progress to the way it is. You get what I'm saying?
Don't you think it caused an imbalance? You're
It
Deanie the
did.
balance.
It did.
That's all I'm
It
saying.
did. But it did. Because niggas went too left with it. So you're right. In that sense, you're right. But it's
Stay
still...
on your square, Deanie. Don't let this man talk you off your square.
It's in the sense of, do I want to go to a spot where they're not going to play anything for the ladies? I probably don't. You get what I'm saying? So that's still money being generated. It's still a culture, still a business, bro.
Right.
The ladies are vital to the business.
Right. But just to be clear, I'm not saying I want to hear Wu-Tang in the club. I'm just all I'm saying
They gonna
is
think that's what you're saying.
All I'm saying is there has to be some space for
They
it.
want to dance the Wu Gambinos, bro.
Get your big avians off my mom's table, bro.
Yeah, but there has to be some type of lane for it. You know what I mean? And so like, there has to be some lane for scaring the hoes, right? Because it can't always revolve around. It can't always.
It sounds meaner when you say it, bro.
It cannot always revolve around.
I hear you, Sin.
They want.
I hear you, Sin. Mace, what do you have to add to this?
Listen, y'all.
Yo, this
y'all
guy's
know me.
full Larry David right now. I just want you to know.
Y'all know me, and if y'all don't, I came up a little bit after the golden era, right? So when I was listening to hip hop, it was, it wasn't the thing to dance in a club full of niggas listening to MOP. You know what I mean? By the time I was coming up, all the best rappers.
Who said that?
All the best rappers
painted.
made shit for the ladies. Like, so when I was coming up, like, you weren't even an all around artist if you weren't making shit for the ladies. You know what I mean? And so I think, a lot of times, like, it's weird to me because it seems like artists who do make music for women get told that they're like a certain way when really it's the scare the hoes music that's more one-dimensional, right? You know what I'm saying? That's really like, I'm sorry, like, to me, I feel like, when you should be able to connect to women with your music, bro. Like, I'm sorry, an artist is Eminem is scared of hoes music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about, because y'all might feel like I'm just talking boom bap shit.
Nah.
No, I'm talking about like, like Hobson scares the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hobson.
It's like so to me, I
Does
feel
Logic
like
scared of hoes?
Logic absolutely scares the hoes. So it's like, to me, I don't think that you are really like a complete artist if you don't have music for the hoes. I'm sorry, bro. And I don't even like when women be rapping scared of hoes music. You know what I mean? Like,
that shit is off-putting.
Right, that shit is off-putting. Like,
bro.
Like, but shit, bad, but I'm a little nerd. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
wow.
To me,
wow, what is happening here?
To me, you might ban us.
You opened up this Pandora's box, bro. You opened it up.
What did I do?
I told you ahead of time. I had some balls for this segment, bro.
But you are right.
You should have seen it coming.
There is a big difference between, like ice cream and like lick me like a lollipop.
No,
there's a big
right?
difference.
No,
Yeah.
Of course, but it's like, is ice cream like, was hoes rocking ice cream like that? Y'all let me know.
Bro.
Like,
It was,
they
bro.
rocking to it like that?
It was,
I'm
bro. Because
sorry,
it had
like,
a groove. It was vibey. The chorus was crazy.
The video
Listen.
helped a lot.
Method Man was the king of the hooks back then.
But all I need is more of hoes music to me. You know what I'm saying? That's a classic. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm on the record as saying, the Griselda camp should maybe not scare the hoes as much.
Right.
Should maybe dip
Segment
dibble
is
and
gonna
dabble.
be canceled.
We're done.
It's not our turn.
We're done.
It's not our turn.
Yo, Walter, it was a pleasure working with you.
We're done, bro.
after
We're
this.
done,
So
bro.
you know.
Oh shit!
We
Maybe
all
they
went
should
full
take.
Dini this episode.
Maybe they should take a page out of Wu-Tang's catalog. You know what I mean? Where they made Ice Cream, or even DMX's
What you bitching about?
a catalog where what was it? No,
Cisco?
it was that-
How it's
it was
going
that
down?
one. How it's
man.
going down.
Like
Thank
classic.
you. Classic relationship song. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with obviously, and I feel like this should go without
Miss
saying. But I
Fat
just
Booty,
wanna,
Miss Most
right,
Def,
exactly. Like I want to make it
fire.
clear that there's nothing wrong with making music that is, you know, widespread and that you know appeals to a broad audience, and that obviously includes women. I just think that at some point everything got way too skewed, and everybody was so scared of scaring them.
So here's what I'll say. So
Don't be scared of scaring the home.
You've made some strong points.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
You know what? You know, some people are gonna be offended by this segment. You know,
Yeah,
but
it might be.
within
I can imagine it.
the slang usage of scaring the hoes, because
Right.
it's not a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? There were some points made, but Jarvis gonna go on the other side of this argument
What you
here
got,
because
Stay safe, brother.
you know,
We hear this.
as we have done this podcast, and you know what? A lot of podcasts talk about rap, but that's all they do. They only talk about rap. We live it. We're of it. We go to the shows. We rub shoulders with people. We go to these different venues. We build with these artists. We build with the audience that the artists bring in, right? And I would prefer that they not scare the host. Because if I'm going to Williamsburg at somewhere that I'm not gonna name, if you know, you know, and I come into the spot and there's nothing but niggas there, and it was a running joke with me and Dini that I said if there's a woman there and she's attractive, she already is spoken for if she's in that spot. I am tired of going to these rap events where it's a bunch of niggas rapping for niggas. I'm over it. How many times are you gonna flip this brick?
That's not a spot I want to be in, bro. I'm
I don't want to be in a spot. It's 150 people in there, and like
Sweating.
135 of them are niggas.
But you there for the hoes, or you there for the music?
I want to see some hoes.
Okay.
I'm there for the music, the hoes and the music.
What do you mean?
Right. Music, bro.
Music.
I need both.
Why not both, bro?
I'm there for the music, but hold on. I'm there for the music, but while I'm there, I'd like to see some hoes.
Right.
And
If
I
you
don't.
just wanted the music, listen to that shit in your
They
head
come
in the
over
car.
to our side.
And then when I'm there, I don't want that the only attractive women are the bartenders, and it's just a bunch of niggas rolling spliffs
Right,
and looking at
yeah.
each other the whole time. Where are the women?
And yeah, man,
Again, you're right.
No. Get me on your shit.
We pulled. We have to censor that shit.
You had to censor that one.
Nasty work.
Yeah, it's
Shout
a
out
little
to the
sensitive
young
right now.
fellas
Shout out to
for
the homies.
understanding that there is 90s versus trap. And
Yes,
we went
sir.
to this event, and none of the hoes were scared.
None. Y'all did right, bro.
It was a great ratio.
That's how
In
y'all
fact,
do it.
That's true.
all I'm saying is, when you in our comment section arguing with us about what Nas said at 95, are you rubbing on some ass while you do this? Is there a lady next to you?
But
My
look,
Or are you
but-
just in your South Pole
It is a-
sweats talking about old bars from 30 years ago?
My
It's a big
shorty
part of
loves
the culture.
silent murder.
But see that that opens the door for something. That opens the door for somebody like Jarv
What's
to then be like, you see how they playing Jay-Z and they're not playing no Nas.
That DJ play a lot of Jay-Z because he doesn't want to scare the hoes.
Nas got
Shout out
joints
to
that
DJ
don't
A-Rap,
scare the
man.
hoes, but then he
Barely.
got
He got a lot.
You don't have a lot of music to not scare those.
right, but then
Right.
but then he got this kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? He got this reputation
Of scaring the hoes.
for scaring the hoes
Yeah.
because he didn't make club music.
But Nas can get away with scaring the hoes because he's gonna pull them.
And yeah,
Women love
joints
Nas.
do love
Women love
Nas.
Women
bro.
love Nas.
They do.
Don't get it twisted.
Nas is like the AI of rap. You know how chicks used to watch basketball for AI?
And you know what? And I'm gonna complain.
For Nas,
when we go to that rap show with 150 people and 135 niggas, we went to the Garden and there was some very attractive women there. Because Nas brought the ladies out.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Escobar, man.
All I'm saying is we live in this world where we so dependent on bars that we don't think about what the ladies want to do. What if the ladies want to shake some ass? We got old rap aficionados mad at Ice Spice. Ice Spice is doing what's necessary.
Sounding crazy.
She's filling a void. Yeah, man.
I got him short, but it's not as He hate Ice Spice.
Snorky looks hot. The name out of it. Damn, Dini.
Shout out to the brothers, man.
Dini don't even
You're gonna have to censor this whole segment. I have so much to do in post.
Let it out.
Oh my God, man.
Let it out. I don't know what Dini's talking about.
This segment is Patreon level.
Yeah, I mean,
Just put a tab on it.
this
is crazy.
The people who don't like Ice Spice must want to scare the hoes.
Get the hoes.
They have to.
If Ice Spice is going out, that means that if you go to an Ice Spice show, there's nothing but girls there. Do you not want to be surrounded by attractive women?
Yeah.
Do you not want to be surrounded by attractive women? I don't understand.
Say what you want, but put on an Ice Spice
Even
song
the girls want to be
and
surrounded by
they go
attractive
crazy.
women.
They
But
go crazy.
all I'm saying is don't be scared of scaring them.
Yeah, but there's levels to scare.
Right.
Scare the hoes within reason.
Immortal Technique scares the hoes. You should never scare the hoes that much. I said Immortal Technique. You know what I'm saying?
Immortal Technique dropped gems though.
Tech 9 scaring the hoes.
With a bunch of niggas in baggy jeans and denim outfits with no women there.
With chew sticks?
With chew sticks.
Right.
And the Scully with the brim? You already know.
The Scully with the brim.
You already know.
Smelling like them niggas that used to play Dance Dance Revolution in the
bro.
fucking Virgin Megastore, man.
But dropping gems.
All right.
And knowledge. Kicking that knowledge.
Listen, man.
Kicking knowledge?
Does kicking knowledge scare the hoe?
Yes.
Well, that's on them then.
Why do you think Drake has a career? It ain't us. Drake has yet to scare them. He brings them in. He said he relates to women with big
panders.
breasts.
That's what I'm saying. He panders. Stay on this side of pandering.
That's such a weird argument. Do men pander to us, bro?
That's a crazy argument.
That's just naturally
when they
what we
giving
do.
us the
women don't pander to other women. They do what comes natural to them.
You're right, because they end up hating each other after a while. Because think about it, every time. No, hear me out.
This segment is cooked, bro.
Hear me out. I'm not finished.
Cooked, yo.
I'm not finished.
This is suddenly turned into an alpha male podcast,
no. Yeah. Time out. I was going somewhere before y'all reacted. I'm talking about the female rappers.
Okay.
It always starts off friendly, and then it just goes off the rails, and it's a beef. It's subs. It's a random Twitter thread where it was a sub. That's all I'm saying.
Even the collabs
rappers
go left.
Not the girls in the world. The female rappers.
True, because even the collabs go left. It's weird.
Like Nicki just co-signed Ice Spice. Which means at a certain point
they're gonna hate each other.
Something's gonna happen. Or Ice Spice. Now Ice Spice can't do a song with Lotto now. She can't do a song with Cardi.
Yeah.
Or
Meg.
That's what I'm saying. So the girls really don't make. They not scaring the hoes, but they making you choose sides. That's what the female rappers.
I think a better argument would be like, well, does Shay Noir pander to niggas with her music?
Does Shay Noir scare the hoes?
I mean, I just heard some shit with her and with the Goddess, and that shit was fire. Lyrically dope.
There's a joint on there with Ransom, and I think
shout out to Rand, man.
Shout out to Rand.
You already know Rand. Come on the rap round
let's
table.
end this
Rand, pull up, bro. For real.
We
need a solo interview with Rand. We got the interview with Ram and Rome, but we need the Rand solo.
Demonetized.
We got a cheer for you here, Rand.
Everything is going on in this segment, man.
She got to join with Skazoo too, which is also
shout out to Skazoo.
Skazoo.
We had a segment here about regions that I'm gonna skip because we're running out of time. We didn't spend too much time scaring hoes. So I got a question for the rap round tape. You know, I dropped it on here late, but I figured you guys probably already have something in mind. If not, it's okay. What producer rapper project would each of us love to see? Now we're seeing that Sin pointed it out in the group chat that it's looking like producer rapper collab projects are like the current thing. Yeah. Shout out to Hit Boy and Nas for setting the trend. There's a few other artists, but to me, Hit Boy and Nas are the most notable producer rapper duo at the moment. 4 projects. Keep your niggas love semantics in the chat. But what I'm saying is the most notable nigga doing it right now is Hit Boy and Nas. Stop. So besides those two, Sin, Who would you like to see come together and make a project?
Me and Rome Streets.
Say less. Say less.
Say-
Fire, Rome. We might have to make
Dropping
something
that
happen
right now, bro.
Shout out to Sincere. Shout out to
I respect that.
Dropping
I didn't
that
expect
gong.
that.
That's tough.
I didn't
Hell
expect
yeah.
that. He kept it real short and sweet too. Sincere Rome Streets would be fire. You know what I mean?
But as a fan, Stove God and Alchemist.
I hate you,
This
sis.
shit.
That was your pick?
Oh, shit.
Close.
Okay.
Okay.
Stove and hit.
Okay.
Stove and hit.
Hey,
Okay.
that's interesting. Mace.
Shout to Sin for taking my answer again, because my actual answer was gonna be Sin and Rome to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I have it back.
Let's do it.
Roundtable shit,
I was
bro.
like, all right, just in
That's
case. I thought
crazy,
you was
bro.
gonna say it actually. But as a backup, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because it's actually a rap duo. I want to hear a Drake and Ross project with produced by Harry Fraud.
Whoa. Harry Fraud with Rose and Aubrey.
Rose the only one that can get Drake to rap every
That's
time.
some big
That's
money
a good-
talk right
He don't
there.
pick.
sing with
Yeah.
Rose.
That's
He
tough.
rap.
That's a good combo.
That's tough,
And,
Macy.
and when Harry Fraud is in his vibey bag, is top tier.
Come on
heavy.
now, come
That's a
on.
good- that's a good-
Stop wasting them beats on Action Bronson.
The baklava.
Nah, he gave Benny some shit.
Yeah. Sure indeed. He gave French
Plug
some classics.
Plug Talk is fire, but if he French Montana era Harry Fraud top tier.
That's what I need
Fucking
for Ross and
rest
Drake.
in peace,
Yeah.
Chinks and Harry Fraud
Yeah.
top tier.
Come on.
For me, I'm a be a homer. They I think the producer kind of said he would love to do it, but I would love to hear Hove right now and Alchemist. Hove and Alchemist. You know, the production will be real simple, be layups as far as Jay. He don't got to get too intricate with the flow, but I think Jay need a nigga to slow him down. Remember who you are, Jay. Let's go back to the 90s for a little bit.
Yeah.
And get that pocket work right. You know what I mean? Alchemist with the samples that breathe. Alchemist samples breathe in a way that other producer samples just don't breathe. I can't explain it.
Well, yeah. Well, that was gonna be one of my points, but we were short on time. But like the way his beats are so open, that like it just like certain rappers that can find like 2, 3, 4 different pockets in the same song. Jay's one of them. Stove God is a new one that can also do that. Like Stove God could really just like flex. Like if you give him an open ass Alchemist beat, he could do whatever the fuck he wants on that shit. Like he could attack it so many which ways, probably every single way at once. Again, pause the back.
Super applicable.
But yeah, man.
So to wrap it up, we got
Stove God and Alchemist.
We got Stove and Hit. We got Jay and Alk.
Yeah.
I got Drake, Ross, and Harry Fraud, and we all want that Sin in Rome Streets.
Don't holla at me. Don't holla at me,
The
bro.
vibes is wrong.
Hands down.
You know you
hands down.
family here, brother. Pull up.
All right. I think we need to expand on that and really like bloviate on one of our streams and really break down what we think those projects will sound like.
Yeah.
You know what I
Copy
mean?
that.
We had a super chat from our lunch break
Yes.
from Jaleel Fletcher. We promised him we'll get back to it. And I thought it was a fly comment. He said Benny could be in line with the T.I.'s and Jeezy as far as trap coke rap realm. I could see it. So we were kind of talking about Benny venturing out sonically. I mean, I think Benny and Metro Boomin is the place to go. I think there's something special there if they just try. But do you think that he could be up there with those guys? I think he could be better.
I think bar wise, he could surpass those two. Definitely Jeezy.
Okay.
No disrespect, but definitely Jeezy. T.I. in his later years got into like his more dexterous flow.
His comedy bag.
Yeah, it's it's more dexterous rapping abilities, but like I think Benny is a more gifted and natural lyricist, and if you give him like a super team of producers, like I think he could do something really, really special. You know what I mean? You give him not just an Alchemist and a Derringer, but also you just mentioned him,
Metro.
Metro Boomin, but before that,
Harry Fraud.
Harry Fraud.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You give him some Harry Fraud. Maybe you throw a little Just Blaze in there. He could do something real special with a super team of producers.
You think he should do that, like an all-star cast album?
I think that's
Nomadic type shit.
Yeah, I think that's where he needs to go with it. I think
The Griselda fans are gonna be tight about that.
I know they are, but I think he's outgrown the one producer for the whole album. Like he's done it so many times already to great results. You know what I mean? But it's time to hit the next level. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What do you think? You think he could reach that T.I. Jeezy round?
I think he can. We all know the bar work is there, man. We just need them fucking records, B. We need them anthems. We need them hits. And it don't gotta be like, not necessarily like non-scare the hoes music, but yeah, non-scare the hoes music. Like I need something I could like play just in general. Like I feel like when I play Benny, I usually gotta have niggas that's into that kind of vibe around me. You know what I'm saying? I want to just play some Benny shit that just niggas is around. Just, oh, what's that new shit right? That's that new Benny. He just needs that. That's the one box that man got to check off, bro.
Yeah, get Hit Boy in there too.
Talk to me, Mase.
I think Benny can't get to the level. Y'all both made good points, but I agree with Deanie wholeheartedly. He just needs a couple more records with variety. You know what I mean? He needs that. He needs his DS2 moment. You know what I mean? He needs his urban legend moment. You know what I mean? If we talking about T.I., you know what I mean? So I feel like Benny is right on the cusp, but he just, you know, us core rap fans, we know what Benny brings to the table. I thought it was coming when he had that little guest verse run during the summer. He was on joints with Fab and Jones and like the more mainstream section of hip hop. You know what I mean? So I feel like he can get there. Of course, he has the talent, but I gotta agree with Deanie. He needs those records, man.
Needs them, man.
I'm gonna go in a different route because I'm not gonna bring any new ground from what you guys have said. What I think is going on, and I think it needs to be properly discussed, is the fact that Griselda fans, they kind of holding these rappers hostage. And at this point, if you're a fan of the artist, take the trip with him. Instead of holding them, forcing him to hold on to an aesthetic. Do you like him or do you like the aesthetic? That's what I'm wondering now. Like we know when we do a podcast and we talk about Nas, certain people are gonna pull up. If you don't talk about Nas, they're not gonna pull up. Right. So it's like you're only a fan of a certain thing from us. So it's like, to me, Ben needs to identify the niggas that's gonna ride with him, regardless.
Right. Good shit.
Saying like being held hostage to a sound to out of a loyalty, and I guess it's like you want to be loyal to the people who got you there. Yeah. But it's like, what's the reason you got there? How loyal are you?
Yeah.
It's time to elevate. We can't keep bro. You gotta think about it. We've been talking about Griselda ad nauseum since 2019. It's rap. Y'all done snatched bars back. Bars matters just as much. Where's fucking Lil Pump and Trippie Redd and all these guys?
Nowhere.
To me, all of the rap you hear, like actual rap you're hearing, or rappers or albums you anticipate, is rap.
Yeah.
The rap niggas are making a strong comeback. Now, fuck this aesthetic. Fuck all this sample shit.
Hey, chill.
No, hear me out.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is, you can't just stay raw and rugged. Sin, you don't even make those kind of beats. You don't make Derringer beats.
Like Benny was out
crazy on this, but you don't.
You don't hear them on the pod because, like, you know,
you put a little, you put the little sazon in there.
Little
on there.
This type of shit right here.
Shit, you know?
All right,
you know what I mean?
There you go.
This type of shit we listening to right now, I think, is the type of shit Benny needs.
Right. So you need. I'm not saying he needs to go commercial, but he needs to ride out more, vibe more.
He needs some
excitement. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stop being held hostage to people who only want you to do one thing. If they're your fans, they should want the best for you.
Right.
Like, again, I didn't get mad when Reasonable Doubt Hove wasn't Reasonable Doubt Hove in Volume 2. I was just happy to see this nigga go 5 times plat. Like, this guy, I didn't think he would get there. Just watching Jay-Z blow up was like amazing. Like, oh shit, this guy that I thought was just, local rapper went viral.
And this is before viral was viral. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want Benny to go viral. You don't want your guy that you believed in, that you bought all the stock in, to go viral.
It's time, man.
Fuck Hope, man. Oh, dude, work with Derringer forever. No, let him elevate.
Same thing with it was written. Like, so many people were so angry and disappointed.
Now they love the Hit Boy shit.
And I'm like, bro, like he's still giving you the bars. It's just like the production's a little different, a little glossier.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bro, still getting what you're
getting.
That
That was a bar. If you're a fan of the artist, take the journey.
Take the journey.
That's a bar right there. Man.
We all did. We all took the journey with our favorites. We might have took a break. I talk bad about Jay-Z all the time, but I'm still here. And I'm waiting on that next album because that's my nigga.
Right.
If Ben is your nigga, you take the trip with him, right?
Yeah.
Conway the same. West Side the same. Stop
Watch
making
the
them just do
elevation.
the same thing over and over again just to meet your expectations.
And I feel like it's kind of a side effect of the algorithm age too. Like people get so stuck in that little pigeonhole that they make for themselves or that their fans make for them because like it's all this silo that they're stuck in because they can't, the algorithms just keeps feeding them the same thing over and over and over again. It's not feeding them nothing from outside.
That subculture shit, subgenre.
That's real.
But that's what the tapes used to be for. You used to have the albums to do a certain thing. You had the tapes to do a certain thing. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you can just give us a tape.
Nah, but the
Tapes
the
is
core
retail
Griselda
now.
fans want the tapes.
true.
Over and over.
Over and over again.
We gotta move on. Mase, talk
Yo.
to me, bro. Is the segment back this week?
Listen, Voice of the Industry segment, it's not complete. Okay? We gonna come with, me and Sin, if y'all watch the joint that we threw up for the lunchtime special,
Lunch break joint.
the lunch break joint when we got into Ja Morant. You know what I mean? I already kind of teased y'all, does rap affect the youth? And I was coming with that, but the conversation that all of us had and the differences in opinion me and Sin had kind of made me want to tweak it a little bit more. And just like y'all know, this is not some like shit I just throw out there. I'll be researching, I'll be watching these YouTube videos. So we're gonna come to y'all soon with does rap affect the youth? One way or the other. I don't have an opinion going in. Yo, I do have an opinion going in, but I'm willing to change. Y'all know I'm the flip-flopper. But in the absence of the Voice of the Industry segment, we're going to give y'all a little tidbit of the young rap segment. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring it back a little bit.
Back
You know what I mean? Because we know y'all not tapped in. Y'all
The
listening to that
return.
old shit. You know what I mean? So, talk about it, Mase. We going to get
Yo, they gonna be so mad at us.
They love it though.
You know what I mean? But
Complete heel turn this
ultimately-
episode.
why not? Ultimately, I want to speak on two albums that dropped. I want to speak on ESTG Mad. Now,
Shout out.
ESTG, you know what I mean? Some people is tapped in. Listen, he's following that lineage. Listen, if y'all was early on the Future train, I know I was. If y'all was early on the Lil Baby train, if y'all was early, like, listen, the next like guy within the trap genre that's gonna blow up, Jeezy is really his forefather in the game. But ESTG with another joint, Ball Like Me Too, Pray You Die in Surgery, Slam Dunk with Young Scooter. I know y'all ain't heard that in a while. Free Band's Young Scooter. I might be talking another language to some people, but you know what I mean?
Scooter.
I'm just saying.
Free band.
I'm just saying, man. But ESTG drop. I want to show him love.
Crazy.
But you know what else I want to show love? First off, shouts to our guy Baylor.
Shout out to the homie
Connect.
Baylor.
You
West
know what I
Side
mean?
Connection.
Women, weather
Salute.
in the weed. We love Cali, man.
dig?
But he been begging us to listen to Jason Cash for months.
Yes.
Jason Cash. Every time he come up, he say Jason Cash, Jason Cash. Have any of y'all listened to
I
Jason
did.
Cash?
He's all right.
Y'all was on it.
Listen to the West Side Boogie.
He dropped a little joint today. You know what I mean? It's a single / EP. You know what I mean? Some more of it. And I gotta say, Baylor, I'm sorry, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out why TDE hasn't snatched this guy up yet.
That nice?
He's nice. He has song concepts. The flow is together. He actually make you feel like he from Cali. Me, when I listen to regional artists, I don't want them sounding like a nigga from where I'm from. You know what I mean? So a true, authentic West Coast cat. Shouts to Baylor for putting this on. But Jason Cash, he dropped a single, some more of it. I was a little confused because when you click on the actual single, there's 3 songs. So that's why I'm like, yo, maybe it's like a little EP
It's a bundle.
joint. But go fuck with it, y'all. Jason Cash, shouts to Baylor, man.
DT
You were
Baylor,
right, bro.
man.
You were right.
Our cousin. Now, to my favorite segment, the mailbag. May stay right where you are before we
sir.
get to Sim, because we got somebody who loves the show who's going on the Summer Jam screen tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Sin gonna have to be somebody's ass.
But before we get
shit.
there,
Oh shit.
Will T made a comment.
What's happening, Will?
He said Pac had a decent life. His mom was on crack and couldn't take care of him, so he had to move to Marine City from Baltimore. Deanie saying Pac didn't struggle as a kid and teen is nuts. What do you have to say to his response to Deanie?
Listen, when I heard Deanie say that, I said the nigga was tripping, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I love you, Deanie.
Black Panther
You are the
vibes.
coolest nigga on earth. You light up every room you in, pause. But you was fucking wildin', man. And I don't like to get into the whole, because that's what they do to Biggie, right? They say, yo, Biggie, you was in a one-room shack, but when I look at you, your mother say you grew up in a brownstone. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is weird, criticizing the hard youth of kids. We don't know what they really was going through.
Indeed.
But Deanie, you were wildin' with that. I feel like maybe you was mistaken. You know what I mean? But the whole like aura of Pac
he
was
said
that.
Pac's name was Clarence.
Yeah.
He went to a private school.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, Deanie, what is
Autistic
this,
school,
man?
you know what I'm saying? Went to school
I
for
didn't
damn
let
near
myself.
acting.
Like Will T, I'm glad you stepped up. When Deanie said it,
Shout
I
out
just
to you,
kept
Will
it
T.
pushing. I was like, I'm not gonna go off the topic, but I do feel away. So Deanie, you was kind of wilding. Pac came up kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, so Will T, thank you.
Shout out to you, Will T.
Will T did that. You know what I mean?
So hopefully you would have to go
Don't
through
do
that.
that. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take this one before we go to sin. It's real light, but it needs to be addressed.
Talk about it.
Kamusu says that pause in 2023 is just cringe. The more the show will be viewed, that is going to be something that they have to leave out. If not, it's going to hurt the bag in the future. So, what's his name again? Kamusu. It's so clear that y'all love talking about New York and y'all don't know the culture, and our lingo goes worldwide. We are still the most important city to culture, right? Pause and no are not the same thing.
Nah.
Pause, anybody can pause anything. A girl could be talking about a situation and say it's too big, and she could say pause.
Real talk.
A guy could say, I don't like playing 21 because I always bust. That's a Bleak said it on the radio years ago, and you can pause that. Pause has no homophobic affiliation.
Doesn't.
It just means that sounds a little crazy. Let me pause that. The other thing, no, you know what? That's the foul. If you don't know how pause works, don't speak on pause. And a lot of y'all get that confused because y'all don't know the culture, y'all don't know the space. Y'all don't know New York City as much as y'all think Twitter educates y'all on New York City. Them niggas be lying too. Just like y'all niggas said that people in Atlanta don't listen to Jay-Z, but DJ Toop was on My Expert Opinion saying that he was listening to Volume 1. So somebody's lying.
Sir,
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Toon.
The fact of the matter is, pause and that other thing are not the same. We're going to say pause forever because it's not homophobic. It's slang. It's comedy. Get over yourself.
Knock it off.
Now, for the Summer Jam script. I was waiting for this all
I was
episode.
waiting for this. Sin about the body.
Delicious.
We have someone who has supported the show damn near from day one. Dionel follows us on Instagram, Twitter, subscribed on YouTube. He called out the rap song.
What? Dio now?
And he says,
Not Dio now.
and he brings up Coop because apparently Coop and Sin are kindred spirits. He says the only difference between Sin and Coop is that when they both respectively speak about Nas, Sin speaks with hesitation in his voice, laughing my fucking ass off. Coop be saying it with his chest. He's a Coopy. Sin, say it with your chest. It's like you don't mean it at all. And no, Deanie is not about pandering and saying Nas is perfect and is a flawless artist. And no, it has nothing to do with other rappers either. Laugh my fucking ass off. This comment got 20 likes. So there's a decent segment of people who watch the show who believe that Sin doesn't say it with his chest. Sin allows us to talk him down because there's a whole thread. Sin has screenshots. You know what I mean?
This is crazy.
And it's
bro.
a fallacy. But I'm gonna let Sin cook before I show you how ridiculous.
I can't I can't even begin. How do I even begin to address this? Like, I can't. Like, how many times have I spoken so highly of Nas with my whole chest? We've had full out debates and arguments, me and Jaw, right here at this table. We've talked about Illmatic versus Reasonable Doubt. We've talked about fucking Takeover versus Ether. We've talked about every possible debate that you can have between Nas and Jay-Z, right? And I always stand my ground. I have never once said, "Oh no, maybe you're right." Like maybe Takeover did get over on Ether. No, get the fuck out of it. That has never happened, bro. But I'm also an objective human being. Like, I'm not going to 100% all day, every day say everything positive about Nas. Like, that Nas has a flawless discography, that Nas has, no whack songs. Like, if Jarv makes a point, like, you know what I mean? Like, that Nas song wasn't all that, I might be like, let me think about it. You might be right. You know what I mean? But I'll think about it, right? I'll pause and I'll actually like weigh out the different sides, the pros and cons. And I'll admit this. I can admit this. I'm probably a better writer than I am a speaker, because when I write, whether it's for myself or back in school when I was writing papers, or if like I'm just commenting on social media, whatever the case is, I'm texting people, like, I have time to think about exactly what it is that I want to say, right? When I'm on the air, I don't have that luxury, and I like, I'm sure y'all see me with the verbal pauses, and sometimes I'll pause like 2 or 3 seconds to try to find the right word or exactly what I want to say. That's just my nature of speaking. That's just how I am, because I'm always trying to find either the right what I really want to say, or find the correct words to really put together the thought that I want to convey to the world, right? But it's crazy that y'all only notice me doing that when it comes to Nas. Like I'm supposed to like just do away with my entire manner of speaking, my entire manner of thinking, just for this one artist, this one person, despite them being my favorite. Them being my favorite that has nothing to do with my personality and the way that I am and the way that I speak. Like, I'm gonna speak the way I speak. You know what I mean? And so like, if it's not, decisive enough, if it's not like with my chest enough, like, y'all gonna have to go somewhere with that, man. Go somewhere else, because like, I'm gonna be me. That's it.
And here's the thing that killed me. When I read the thread, y'all, he was like, he basically saying that he doesn't stand his ground against the three of us. But crazy. We had a whole, because the thing is, what y'all don't realize is we have like little mini seasons with the Rap Roundtable. It's like we had a whole Kendrick season. Yeah. Right? We did. And the same person who says is not willing to stand his ground has been arguing with us
fighting niggas for days
on his own about Kendrick Lamar for at least the last 7 or 8 months.
Whole squad
so when
for
you
Dolo.
So when you say that he's not standing his ground against Jarv, Dini, and Mase, it's like, what are you talking? Matter of fact, where you at?
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
If the man has proven time and time again that he's willing to stand his ground when he sees fit against all three of us, Mr. Mid and the mid-steppers and all.
Heavy defense.
Why would he not do that in any other situation? Y'all can't, and this is shit I tell y'all about. Stop psychoanalyzing us and thinking you know us. You don't know us, gang. You know what we show y'all on the show. When Sin feels like you make a point, like he said, he agrees. But when he feels like you're bugging the fuck out, it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, or 10 of us. He'll be the only nigga in the room. He'll tell you bugging the fuck out.
You know what they want? I think they want when the conversation is, what's a better record? Where I'm From by Jay-Z or Do-Rags by Nas? Do-Rag! That's what they really want you to argue everything for Nas, no matter how blasphemy this shit is, bro. That shit is impossible.
And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to actually think about it for like 2 seconds, right? And I'm going to be like, I love Do-Rags, but Where I'm From is crazy. Think about it for another 2 seconds and be like, shit. And even if I say Do-Rags, like, it's gonna be a thought process. I'm not just gonna like, it's not gonna be a fucking knee-jerk reaction.
And let's
just say Nas every single time.
But hold on,
Nas comes up.
I'll put it to niggas like this: if you have any questions about Sin's allegiances, go back to Takeover versus Ether, the final.
It's documented.
It's on the show.
Go back in the back catalog.
It's there.
Go to the verses.
The only person who you need to be mad at about anything when it comes to Jay-Z, Nas, anything is me. It's me. Don't never pick on Sin, because it's me. I'm the problematic one. I'm picking Jay 10 times out of 10.
And guys, I think you have things wrong. My fault to cut you off. I think y'all have things wrong. Y'all call Sin a fake Nas fan. He's actually 100% a Nas fan, but there's a difference between a fan and a stan, guys. And I think y'all need to realize that.
Sin might be the realest Nas fan I know.
That's crazy.
The only fake fan here is Dini.
Damn. So now it's me.
It's been you.
Damn.
I've been saying it for long. It's the fakest Jay-Z fan I know.
Fakest Nas and fakest Jay-Z fan?
Nah, you're a Nas fan.
God,
You love
damn.
Nas.
I don't
I'm
love
not-
Jay.
Listen,
Jay's your side chick.
Please.
So we are in Brooklyn. Sincere made his way down from Harlem.
Uptown.
Deanie was in Midtown. I was already in Brooklyn. Mase was in parts unknown. But we somehow merged here to see Sincere's new lawn. You know, the weather's turning. He put the seeds out. He got the soil out. He got the fertilizer out. And we got some vagrants. And they just want to kick the shit. The birds are here. They're eating the seeds.
Oh, man.
And we need all of them, too.
First of all, first of all. Get off my lawn.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't already kicked so many people on my lawn already.
Yeah.
Get some
Between
more,
last
son.
night and today, but like
Sipping on this stone.
I'm gonna keep it a little bit lighter for this lawn segment. The shit that I guess has to get off my lawn this time is unnecessary covers that no one asked for.
Don't do it, sis.
Unnecessary
Lord Jamal
song
ready.
covers that no one asked for.
Damn it.
Has to get the fuck off my lawn.
Cold-blooded, sin.
Just this morning, I was sent in another group chat. Shouts to Al and Josh. A cover to the timeless Sam Cooke classic, "A Change Gonna Come," famously covered by Otis Redding and countless other people, right? Great singers in history. But guess I'm gonna give y'all one. If y'all don't know, if you know, don't say it. But if y'all don't know, I'm gonna give y'all one guess as to who is covering Sam Cooke's "A Change Gonna Come."
I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm waiting, Sin. Like, I really don't know.
Somebody just covered.
I didn't hear that.
"A Change Gonna Come."
Sin about to
Anybody know?
surprise the
It's not.
shit out
It's
of
not
us.
who did the other cover.
No.
Okay. hey,
Yo, your face, bro.
hey.
Is it the guy that got smacked by Mano?
No.
Okay.
No. T-Pain.
No, he didn't.
What?
I
No, he
shit
didn't.
you not.
Hold on, guys.
I shit you
Like,
not.
who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why do we
Auto-tune
fucking
and
keep
all?
acting like he's
No
somebody
auto-tune.
that we need to fuck?
What?
Get
No
rid of
auto-tune.
this guy.
Get the fuck out of here.
No auto-tune.
Yikes.
T-Pain decided to cover "A Change Gonna Come."
I would have
Now-
never guessed.
Now here's the thing. No auto-tune, because like truth be told, T-Pain can actually sing.
He can.
Yeah, he can.
So
Not that song.
and he left the not that he left the auto-tune behind a long time ago, right? Now, I'm not gonna shit on it too hard because he can actually sing and the performance was not that bad. But when I tell you this is something that literally nobody asked for or wanted. Like, "A Change Gonna Come," bro. Like, there's so many songs in history. Like, you probably feel very strongly about it, but this was not the move, bro. Like, leave that shit alone, bro.
Not Teddy.
Yo,
Pendergrass.
the Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, and then T-Pain?
Yeah, it's a wild combination.
Come on, bro.
Talk about a drop off.
Now, and now I say, like, I'm not 100% mad at it, but I can't even feel like I can judge it fairly because the bar for covers recently has stooped so low because your boy Logic decided to cover
Oh god.
Today was a good
"Today Was a
Get rid
Good
of this
Day."
guy.
The Ice Cube Superclass. You all right? You all right, Mace?
Almost
You
hurled
good?
over there, bro.
You need,
Sorry, man.
you need a bag?
You talking Teddy Pendergrass down, Sam.
You gotta go to the
Cooke
bathroom
and
real quick?
Logic. I might have to, man. Give me that, please.
I'm gonna get them paid.
Oh my god.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Bro, when I tell you this is the most fucking gentrified ass cover I've ever heard.
This nigga did a fucking acoustic
Bro,
guitar cover
this shit,
of one
yo,
of the best songs in rap
this shit-
history.
This feels, just when I thought he couldn't get more annoying, this shit feels like the musical equivalent of that Brooklyn bar. Y'all heard about that Brooklyn bar some years ago that was serving 40 bottles of rosé
Yes.
with the fucking bullet holes in the window?
Nah.
Just like the most gentrified. This is the musical equivalent of that gentrified shit. Like, and I understand, like, he's
Hip hop
you know-
needs more bullies.
yeah.
Wow.
And I understand it's very well documented in his songs because he talks about it like every other song that he is, biracial, half black, half white. But if this is not the whitest fucking shit I've ever heard in my
I'm
life,
sorry, Walton.
bro, I'm
you,
sorry.
bro.
The
We
most
love you, bro. Stupid love.
gentrifier white shit. Get the fuck off my lawn. Both of these guys.
Get off my lawn.
But more Logic that like if it only has to be one, T-Pain can stay.
Okay.
Logic got to
go.
Fucking go, bro.
Listen, my thing is, you know, Logic is biracial, right? Shout out to him.
Yeah, he keeps letting us know.
But what he needs is purple skin from a slap. Because that's the, you know what? You know, back in the day, Mano was that nigga that just
Yikes.
he smacked Big Sean. I think he smacked Hitmaker as well. I remember he was on the radio calling Big Sean Lil Sean even. Like it was, man. I think the next person on that list needs to be Logic. Like hip hop has gotten so safe. And when I say safe, I mean there's times where like you need to get niggas up out of here. And somebody needs to find Logic goofy ass and ask him to
Get off my lawn.
because you need the shit slapped out of you. Have some fucking respect. Of course, Cube is gonna clear the clearance because clear the sample because it's a little bag for him. Of course,
check.
But as far as if you're of the culture, you should know by now that there's certain songs that you do not touch, especially if you're not gonna do it justice.
Right.
Sin made a good point with the covers. And to me, I wouldn't have gave a fuck about Logic because I don't give a fuck about Logic. But when he made that video and he threw a little fist up and talked about getting people paid and kind of, the thing is, to me, when you go to money, when the coach is barking at you and the first thing you talk to is about getting people paid, you already know you fucked up. Fuck Logic. Like I hate to be that guy, but you're not culture if you do that,
bro.
Ghostface, if you don't come in and toss this guy,
somebody gotta smack this nigga.
It gotta be
throw the TV
If
at
Chris
the nigga,
Rock
bro.
can get smacked at the Oscars,
and if
Logic can be slapped.
If y'all haven't heard it, it's the most like American
Cringy,
Idol
bro.
level like lounge
Garbo.
act.
Think about Wu-Tang
version.
beating up Joe Button back in the day.
Like it's just it's bad. It's bad. all
Jay-Z
around.
in the club with Terror Squad.
Little champagne bottle.
Shit happens.
Listen, man.
It's about time that we revert to that a little bit. Where it
Just a little
deserves.
bit.
Just a
We need
little
some
bit.
Charles
Little bit.
Oakley's
Smack
in
those
in
fucking
a
glasses
rap.
Word.
If Capo can say he can smack Nas Kufi off, somebody could threaten to smack Logic
every-
glasses off.
Everything's gotten too soft, man. The NBA, rap, like it's all soft.
Man,
Get off my lawn.
we
You
that
soft,
old, y'all.
dude.
We
You
that old.
soft.
Another illustrious episode. Thank y'all for taking this ride with us on episode 67. We might get canceled. I don't know yet.
We definitely.
But if
Or it
this
might
is
go the other way.
if this
It
is our
might-
last show, it was a great time talking to you
We had
guys.
fun.
It might
Right.
blast
Keep
off
it
like a
water
rocket
here.
ship, bro.
It might, but you know, I'm just saying my goodbyes. Just in case. You know,
Just in
so
case.
all
I think
you
it's gonna
guys
hit.
who pulled up, thank you.
Thanks,
Dini,
y'all. It's been a
take
good
us
run.
home.
Yo, shout out to Walt. Always holding us down. Appreciate you. My
sir.
God.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to Macito,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
voice. Bringing you that church. That shit you need to hear. You hear the production. You hear the beat. That's so sincere. The technician, man. Tap in with that, man. Everything's fire. You can listen to the pod. You know the fuck it is.
Fly
Shout out to Jav, lifestyle music. Shout out to Jav, man. The alleys are always precise, my brother. The lobs are amazing.
Yes, sir.
I am Dini, the balance of the force. And with our powers combined, we the fucking rap roundtable, man. We fucking out of here. You heard?
The heroes you need.
You dig?
Boom.